Unique challenges require unique solutions. And we know that you, as educators, are ready for something unique, something built to prepare you to tackle the challenges that lie ahead. Do you have the resources you need to meet the key instructional shifts? Has the traditional Basel textbook approach actually given you the results you were looking for? Are you ready for something forward-thinking, built for today's learner? Benchmark Advance and Benchmark Adelante are two brand new reading language arts programs for kindergarten through 6th grade in English and Spanish, created specifically to meet your unique challenges. What makes them different? How did we design programs that help you meet these instructional shifts? Instead of using a traditional textbook approach, these programs are comprehensive language and literacy programs incorporating whole group and small group instruction, as well as intervention, assessment, and designated English learner materials. The programs provide you with a strong framework to build content knowledge, instructional design and unique resources for accessing complex texts, and readiness for the high-stakes assessments. How do these programs do this? Well, it all starts with the instructional design, built from the ground up to address these shifts. If you look at the program's organization, you see that each unit focuses on one knowledge strand, one topic. This is to help you meet a key instructional shift, build content knowledge. Within each 3-week unit, students read, talk, and write about a single topic, providing ample time to internalize vocabulary and concepts. Each unit is organized by an essential question and enables students to dive deeply into each of the unit topics, which include next-generation science and social studies standards. And with Benchmark Advance and Benchmark Adelante, you are not only building that knowledge within a grade level, but also across your students' elementary school careers, building depth of knowledge in these strands across the grades. This alignment makes it very easy to use in combination classrooms. So we've looked at the organization, but what about the texts? Is there a balance of informational and literary selections? Yes, there is an even balance of 50% informational and 50% literary selections, including authentic literature. And in Benchmark Adelante, 70% of the literary selections are authentic Spanish literature. As you look at the texts in the program, you will see a staircase of complexity across the grades and also within a grade. But how do we help students climb these stairs? Again, we started from the instructional design and the types of resources we offer. First, we build a strong foundation in kindergarten and 1st grade. Through explicit instruction in print concepts, phonological awareness, phonics and word recognition, and fluency, students will have a solid foundation on which to grow, allowing students to be successful in moving to connected texts. When designing a unit, we began with the end in mind, because no one wants to paint themselves into a corner. We asked, what would be assessed at the end of the unit? Then we built each 3-week unit from the back to the front. We looked at the text selections in the text for close reading and put the most complex ones in weeks 2 and 3. We asked, why are these texts complex? What are the barriers? What are the challenges that students will have with these texts? Then for week 1, we created 2 short reads for teachers to model and teach how to handle those barriers, providing students with the skills to access the complex texts in weeks 2 and 3. This backward-mapped instructional design provides a clear path as to what needs to be taught, which answers that question we all have when we move to a new program. What is it that I have to teach? And for grades K and 1, we know that these students are not exempt from accessing complex texts. They are developing listening comprehension of complex texts, using a mentor read aloud in week 1, and extended read big books in weeks 2 and 3. When thinking about what sort of resources we could create for students, we needed a component built for interaction, a component students could own, a component that highly encourages annotation. We created texts for close reading. These are consumable books engineered for interactive learning. With these books, students are taking responsibility and ownership for their learning. It's a powerful tool that takes the place of a simple workbook. There's space to write. They can highlight and underline. The paragraphs are numbered so that they can have conversations and easily cite evidence. Plus, the numbers prepare students for the format that they will encounter on the new assessments. Students will have this component in both print and digital formats. Digitally, students will be able to mark up the ebooks and take notes in the margins. Everything saves in their personal online account so that teachers can review at any time. We know the text for close reading will pose a challenge for our English learners. How do we ensure that they can access the on-level, complex texts? Well, we developed another unique student tool, Texts for English Language Development. This student book amplifies, it doesn't simplify, the on-level texts in the text for close reading. Using visuals, text chunking, and the juicy sentences from the language-rich on-level texts, these books serve as a stair-step for accessing the on-level text, with the ultimate goal of putting students in the on-level text full-time. The English Learner resources come with a spiral-bound teacher's guide, which provides you with a strategy for exiting students. So you've seen the unique tools we've created for whole group instruction, designed specifically for your unique challenges. Let's look at the resources Benchmark Advance and Benchmark Adelante offer for differentiated instruction in your classroom. From your striving readers to those who need to be challenged, Benchmark provides precisely leveled texts. The texts will align to the unit topics, providing additional opportunities for internalizing vocabulary and concepts, and using oral language in collaborative conversations. Notice the variety of texts offered. There is a wide selection that spans genres and text types. And for each level text, you will have comprehensive teacher support, including a dedicated teacher's guide for each text, which provides optional, multiple, close reading lessons and extension activities, and a text evidence question card, which links to standards as well as depth of knowledge levels. Speaking of standards and depth of knowledge levels, how will you know that students are prepared for the high-stakes assessments? With Benchmark Advance and Benchmark Adelante, you will have the resources you need to ensure your students are prepared for these assessments. You will have the confidence that you've taught the assessed skills in 21 weeks, and your students will practice taking assessments in a digital environment, and the assessments will mirror the new item types. Students will have practice with two-part questions, text box responses, drag and drop questions, and many others. A robust reporting system will allow teachers to see reports based on question items, standards, as well as depth of knowledge and targets and claims. Benchmark provides you with the data you need to make informed instructional decisions. Today you've seen how Benchmark Advance and Benchmark Adelante provide you with uniquely designed resources, newly created for today's challenges. You will have an instructional design, an organization that will help you build content knowledge and teach your students to access complex text. You will have student resources engineered for interactive learning, not a static hardback anthology. We invite you to take a close look at Benchmark Advance and Benchmark Adelante and see how they are the only English and Spanish reading language arts programs designed specifically to help you meet the key instructional shifts. Unique challenges require unique solutions. So, if you are ready to lose the stagnant textbooks and choose the next big thing, choose the interactive, forward-thinking Benchmark Advance and Benchmark Adelante, built for today's learner and with the tools to step up to literacy.